Hey everybody, it's a new week. We have left the Easter season behind. We are now in ordinary time, and we begin the ordinary time with the memorial of Mary, the mother of the church. This is a relatively new feast in the church. The gospel text today, which I'm not going to read, is taken from John chapter 19, verse 25 to 34, but I want to explain this feast that we celebrate. You know, in the year 2018, Pope Francis decreed that the ancient devotion to the Blessed Virgin Mary under the title of Mother of the Church be inserted into the Roman calendar. Now, he raised the celebration of Mary, Mother of the Church, from the rank of what is called a votive mass to an obligatory memorial to be celebrated one day after Pentecost. Our Holy Father, Pope Francis, wished to promote this devotion in order to, and these are the words of the Church, encourage the growth of the maternal sense of the Church in the pastors, religious and faithful, as well as a growth of genuine Marian piety. Now, the Church has several ranks of celebrations. There are solemnities, feasts, memorials, votive masses. Now, votive masses are celebrated for special intentions and are optional, but by raising this feast to an obligatory memorial, Pope Francis has highlighted this title of our Blessed Mother as a celebration which will help us to remember that growth in Christian life must be anchored to the mystery of the cross, to the oblation of Christ in the Eucharistic banquet, and to the Mother of the Redeemer and Mother of the Redeemed, the Virgin, our Blessed Mother, who makes her offering to God. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the history of this celebration first. You know, the veneration of Mary as Mother of the Church goes back to St. Augustine in the years 354, 430, and also to St. Leo the Great. Now, St. Augustine says that Mary is the mother of the members of Christ because with charity she cooperated in the rebirth of the faithful into the Church. While the latter, who I also mentioned, St. Leo the Great, says that the birth of the head is also the birth of the body, thus in a way indicating that Mary is at once Mother of Christ, the Son of God, and Mother of the members of his mystical body, which is the Church. On November 21st, 1964, at the conclusion of the third session of the Second Vatican Council, Pope, now St. Paul VI, declared our Blessed Mother as the Mother of the Church, that is to say, of all Christian peoples, the faithful as well as the pastors, who call her the most loving Mother, and established that the Mother of God should be further honored and invoked by the entire Christian people by this a very tender title. Then in 1975, during the Holy Year of Reconciliation, the Church inserted the votive mass of Mary, the Mother of the Church, into the Roman Missal. In 2018, this votive mass, or mass for a special intentions, that's what it means, was then raised to an obligatory memorial by our present Holy Father, Pope Francis. Now, I use certain terms. I spoke of us as the Church as the mystical body. So what do we mean by the Church as a mystical body? You know, when we speak of the Church, we speak of her as the mystical body of Christ. The Church is the union of all Christians into one spiritual body of Jesus Christ. Therefore, Jesus does not live apart from his Church. By our baptism, we become a part of this mystical body. When people speak of the Church as sinful, they are woefully wrong, because the Church may have members who are sinful, but the Church is Christ's body, and that cannot and never be sinful. To this Church, Mary is now honored as Mother. But the Church is also called Mother. You know, we are born by the Church. We receive new life in and through the Church at baptism. It is this Church that embraces us like a mother does via the sacraments, which are outward signs of inward grace. Like we do with our earthly mother, we also run to the Church in our need. Now, at a very practical level, you may ask, what does all of this mean for us? What does this feast mean for us? You know, we need to deal with Mary in the way she wants to be treated, as mother. You know, in the Indian context, we see several deities worshipped as goddesses in other religions. The presentation of these deities are seen in their personifications of either strength or beauty or bringers of wealth. Mary is no goddess. She is simply given to us as mother, and it is this attribute that draws so many in India to her. She is approachable, and like any mother, she is loving and simple. As mother, she is totally at the service of the church. It is to her that we run as we would with our earthly mothers to find comfort, and Mother Mary is always there for us. She is available to those most in need of mercy of her Son. As mother, she leads us in the right direction to her Son. You'll remember in John chapter 2 at the wedding at Cana, she does not draw attention to herself, even though it was she who was sensitive to the needs of the couple. She tells the steward, do whatever he asks you. It is she who holds us by the hand in order to lead us to her Son and to the church. At Cana, John calls her by her title. The mother of Jesus was there. Why does he do that? Because she is not the source of divine power. Jesus is. She simply takes us to the source of all blessing and of all grace. Mary, my dear friends, becomes the mother of the church at the foot of the cross. It is there that she accepts her Son's last will and testament when he says to her, woman, behold your son. In the acceptance of St. John, who is also at the foot of the cross, she embraces all of us, the whole church. Her mission as mother of the church begins in the upper room on the day of Pentecost. She is at prayer with the 12. She has not abandoned the church. She is with them in their hour of fear. She is praying with them and for them. It is for this reason that the memorial has been so thoughtfully situated one day after Pentecost. Have a happy feast, my dear friends. God bless you all, and God continue to guide and protect you. As I keep saying, I'm soon to leave this parish. I just have a few more days. It's extremely emotional and sentimental. But today we are expecting a special guest. I do hope he can make it. His Eminence Cardinal Oswald Gracious called me up the other day and said that he would like to come this evening, celebrate Mass here at St. Stephen's, just for us in the evening, and then join me for dinner. We'll have dinner together, and then he'll say his goodbye to me, and I leave tomorrow. Thank you to all of you, my dear parishioners of St. Stephen's, my dear friends. I know I will record a teaching for tomorrow, but I just want to constantly thank God and thank you for your presence and for your love. I'll see you tomorrow, the 30th of May, the day I also will take a flight to Goa. Bye for now.